On what is supposed to be a father and son bonding, the day almost ended up with a catastrophe as a feral alligator charged at the child, ready for the kill.
I think this might have been a bit of a time catcher.
A curious man, as to feel the skin and friendliness of the deer, ended up in a horrid disaster as it aggravates the moment the man made contact with it. The feral rhino, deprived and stolen of its peace, pounces and charges on the tourists, anxious and unready for the consequences that are about to happen.
Back off, boy! Back off!
An unusual cassowary, unsatisfied with its meal after seeing a woman, was phased and locked in its focus on the woman, rushing, unsatisfied with its food.
Hey, Polly!
Step up, he's attacking you, he thinks your camera.
Ralph, simply enjoying his hunting endeavors, suddenly changed his interest after a ferocious bear ran up on him, ready to make him its meal. On a normal diving galore, a spearfisher resurfaces abruptly as his life clings on for dear help as a hungry shark senses food nearby, cold-blooded. The intimidated elephant slashes out its pride and vigor as it charges through two straight men, ready to claim and defend its territory from unwanted visitors.
Whew, that's impressive. That's unbelievable.
A funky-looking giraffe, as they thought it might be, is ready to shell its wrath among the tourists, troubled and disgusted by their presence.
Oh, no!
Watch your head, watch your head.
On a normal picnic day, an unexpected cassowary stirs up the aesthetic setup as it is bothered and fumbled by the loud people around its territory. The troubled leopard finds an impeccable strategy to pounce on the wildlife photographers as they intrude on its peace and sanctuary, unready for the chaos coming. A group of local attractors piqued the dark interest in a grizzly bear, unaware of the intentions and satiation it has, ready for the kill, looking forward to the feast.
No closer. You get!
A horde of lions, hungry and famished, miraculously opens the car door, keen to its knowledge to the extent of grabbing food for survival.
Oh my gosh. I know!
A feral great white shark, ready for a bloodbath, pursues the swimmers, ready for a meal without regard for a cage, and sheds an unexpected twist of fate. A very curious southern cassowary initiates on closing up the visitors, curious on the prey and ready for a cold-blooded response, negating the peace. Just a normal day in the jungle, the bull elephant unexpectedly rams upward towards the child, assuming it was its food ration for the day. The man trying to feed the alligator dooms into a life-threatening situation as it gets struck by an alligator, targeting the human as the turkey. A relentless bison charges towards the car, head-butting the passengers, potentially harming them inside as it senses trouble in its sanctuary.
God, did he hit him? Yes, he did.
The ferocious and ever-feral elephant charges an armed guest in the park, ready for a life-and-death situation. A massive bloodbath ready to take pounces on each other. The atrocious lion readies itself for a feisty meal as it charges its way to the tourists in Kruger National Park, ready to feed its famished belly. An unusual white-tailed deer attacks a man in the backyard, unresolved and unknown to its intentions, whether to flock away or munch on a meal. An aggressive elephant latches for a killing spree as it lays its eyes on a walking safari group, hungry for trouble. The feral-looking bears look cute and acquainted, not knowing the dark desires each of them wants, to eat their hearts out. Little did the people know, they're in danger. This famished and cold-blooded killer spots a boat full of tourists invading its privacy, not knowing the ability of the hippo to devour and cause a rampage.
Oh my
The overly protective lion, ready for the action, defends its territory, posing a threat to the people and a lesson not to come back again or else death awaits. Wildlife explorer Gordon Buchanan can be seen playing with a bear cub while the mother bear is sitting down beside him, leading to this terrifying sequence of events.
Magical this is, because who in the world wouldn't want to do this? Okay. Here you go. I'm sorry.
A group of tourists pass by a buffalo while recording it, making the large herbivore mad and leaving it no choice but to do something terrifying.
Oh no! Ah! Scared me to death. Oh my God!
An elephant show in Thailand quickly goes from fun to frightening after two of the large herbivores get into a gigantic scuffle. With the tourists' lives in danger, an expert park ranger steps up and takes on the responsibility of protecting the tourists by facing off against 3 grizzly bears. Too trusting of the safety of his open Jeep, an explorer quickly realizes how dangerous his situation really is after a rhino decides to do this. A couple driving through Yellowstone get the encounter of a lifetime after coming across a very large and territorial bison just looking for a reason to flip their car. A large group of campers suffers the unfortunate fate of getting a surprise visit from a hungry black bear, forcing them to come up with an interesting strategy. Confident in the so-called safety of their open Jeep, a group of tourists decide to get too close to an aggressive buffalo, leading to this to happen. Observing the lions walking around their jeeps, a tourist lets his intrusive thoughts win and peek through the sunroof, angering the territorial predator.
Okay, stop.
A terrifyingly large elephant charges straight on towards a tour guide with tourists behind him. But luckily for them, the guide has something up his sleeve.
Oh!
A car driving through a safari park in India gets the unluckiest treatment out of all the visitors after lions decide to have it for lunch.
No visitor was injured in the incident. The whole incident was on camera by the driver of another vehicle following the car.
At first, you really can't see what all the commotion is all about, until a few seconds later, a frightening animal is slowly revealed, getting closer and closer.
This was gracious.
Just trying to enjoy a calming dive near the ocean floor, a group of divers get their hearts racing after a predator comes up from behind them. I'm sure most of us wouldn't want to know what happens when getting too close to an aggressive buffalo, but this couple seems to think differently. A group of tourists make the fatal mistake of following a territorial and aggressive male lion just trying to mind its own business. You cannot watch this video and tell me that you wouldn't flinch if you were in the same situation as this unfortunate diver. Too stunned and terrified to even scream for their lives, a group of tourists in an open Jeep are left with no other choice but to slowly back away from their attacker. Climbing a tree to get a better shot at a large black rhino, he gets another chance at life after the giant missed him only a couple inches high. Woken up by frightening noises from outside his tent, a man opens his tent door only for it to reveal a hungry and desperate bear waiting for him. Spearfishing in shark-infested waters, the hunter quickly becomes the hunted after a large shark manages to track and find him. An open Jeep safari tour gets too loud for a wild elephant, making it overly aggressive over the tourists just trying to admire it. A large group of schoolfish can be seen scattering as fast as they can, revealing a frightening predator swimming towards the cameraman. What was supposed to be a fun demonstration quickly turns into something frightening after a tiger decides not to chase a ball, but to chase its handler instead.
Uh-oh. Oh.
A group of tourists fail to understand an annoyed elephant's warnings, making for this very suspenseful encounter between man and the wild.